Hello viewers and welcome once again to AJ Africa. Now, over the past week, in fact, there's been a lot of reportage on mainstream media, in news. Some of the topics read, bombshell at CPP NEC meeting. Some read, complete chaos at CPP NEC meeting. Some of the headlines also read, 6 resigns after CPP NEC meeting in Kumasi. Today, we have 2 very vibrant, active members of the CPP party to give their take on what has transpired so far, before, during, and after the CPP NEC meeting in Kumasi. Now, we are talking about the Convention People's Party, and we are talking about their National Executive Committee meeting that was held in Kumasi. A lot has happened. We're going to dive into it. Stay tuned. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Steve, welcome.
Thank you.
Steve-o. Oh, Mr. Mikael.
Yo.
Michael, welcome.
Thank you.
So, hey guys, a lot has gone on in the past 2 weeks. We've seen some Gangantuan resignations. We've seen some internal fights. What is going on with the Convention People's Party? And we are interested on this channel because the Convention People's Party was founded by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And if you know who Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was, he gave everything, including his life, to ensure that Africa has freedom, Africa has stability, Africa has economic empowerment and freedom on this continent, including Ghana and many other countries. So we are interested. If this party is resurrected, it brings a lot of hope to people that the status quo can change. So, I'll start with Steve. What happened? What went on before, during, and after the NEC meeting for the Convention People's Party?
The CPP is on its feet again, and the youth, we have taken over the party, and we're going to build it and use the 7-year development plan of the Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah for Ghana to develop this country and make it a better place for everybody to live. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that's like a summarization of what transpired, but the details of what transpired, we've not heard any. And we have all seen the bombshells and everything and the reportage. We want the details. Okay. 6 executives resigned. What led to their resignation, Michael?
Okay. Greetings once again to your viewers, and we greet our able and strong woman, it's been 10 years that we had such a meeting. So you see, going in for a kind of meeting tells you the velocity and the tenacity that this meeting will.
And the agendas.
It's been 10 years.
10 years.
10 years. You mean the Convention People's Party having held a National Executive Council meeting
for 10 years.
For 10 good years.
Yes. So
wow.
You see, this was really a good one. But prior to the meeting, there were some agendas that were set by some people within the national executives, and their main motive was to get out the chair leader of the convention.
To get party. What do you mean get out?
Get them out. Get them sacked.
Or to get them to resign.
Yeah, or get them to resign, which is the chair leader and that of the general secretary. And you see, CPP is an organization which is being governed by a constitution. And if you think that there are certain things going on within the leadership, and you think it's prudent for those involved in whatever is going on to be sacked or forced to resign. There is a procedure that anyone who thinks something of that sort should be done have to go through. And also, for the chair and leader of the Convention People's Party, if you want the chair and leader to resign, or if you want the chair and leader to be sacked, the proposal has to come from a member of the Central Committee.
That's the CC.
That's the CC, which is the third highest governing body of the Convention People's Party. The party's highest governing body is the Congress, which comprises of the Central Committee, all organs of the party, and that of the constituency. Then we have the NEC, and that is the National Executive Council, which comprises of the national executives with the organs and the regional chairman or regional executives. Do form the NEC. So the CC is the third most. So it is only the CC that can put before or start with the process of sacking or forcing the chair and leader to resign, which means a member from the CC needs to start the process.
How would a member from the CC start such a process?
A member of the CC will first have to write
according to the constitution.
According to the constitution, have to write officially and present to CC. Then CC will look through, set up a committee to investigate on all what has been said or written about the chair.
Yes, as they have sent a letter of acknowledgement to the person who has been accused of the following blah 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 that was written to the CC. So the person in charge, or the person who has been charged with whatever accusation it is, must be aware that CC has received such a letter, complaint, or whatever,
or
and
accusation.
That we're giving you a minimum of 1 month to come and respond. Whilst the CC also set the investigation committee to investigate. Right, so after the 1 month service or letter to the accused person, there and then the CC will also initiate an investigation. Now, when they realize that the person is duly guilty, then they will process the case either one to the disciplinary committee or to the NEC for further action to be taken. So you see, you cannot just come to NEC with a petition and at that same instant, the person who has been accused received that petition or the accusation letter on that same minute, and then you are asking at that same minute that the person should be removed from office. It is not anywhere.
So that means if that happens, it means the procedure hasn't followed. It hasn't been followed.
Yes, because you see, as my brother said, when the investigation is done, and even first, when the proposal is sent to the CC also has an option whether to process or throw away whatever has come before them.
So if I get you right, it's the decision of the CC to either throw out the case or process the case further.
Exactly. Yes. So if the CC sees it necessary to go further, that is when the investigation committee is formed. When they are done with their investigation, then they refer to the disciplinary committee. By then, the accused person, which is the chair and leader, has been served for her to have a hearing at the disciplinary committee. Then, after the disciplinary committee, the case is referred to the NEC. Now, NEC doesn't interrogate issues. That isn't the mandate of NEC. What NEC does is yes or no. They only do
action.
So NEC only does voting for yes or no. They don't have the powers of interrogating or doing investigation in anything. that is a procedure for the Central Committee, the Investigation Committee, and that of the Disciplinary Committee. But in this case, nothing of this process were being undertaken. Also, the petition that was brought at the NEC wasn't from a CC member. It was from a constituency executive.
Which is also not followed by the Constitution.
Exactly.
So you mean that the petition that was presented at the National Executive Council meeting was not from a member of the Central Committee.
As stipulated in the Constitution.
That is what they
So at the end of the day, that petition is a no-no. It's illegal. You cannot, it should not, could not, had not, whatever, not, all the nots to be presented at the NEC. One, the person that wrote the petition is not a CC member. And the Constitution states it very clear. That a CC member must present or write the petition, the motion is declared, and the CC member only has the authority to second it, so that to be moved into elections, yes or no. So what happened at the NEC on the terms of the petition? It was illegal and null and void. It had no water, it had no power, it had no weight.
Okay. So at what point was this letter presented at the CC?
It was at the point where the Buga started. The one man or the one person who has been in leadership over the years in the Convention's People's Party, wouldn't want to mention a name, actually sat down to orchestrate all this evil at the NEC. In fact, evidences were clear until we have the video that he was pushing people he's giving money to push that agenda to get the cheerleader off the way. Why? Because the cheerleader is seriously, powerfully, wanting to organize the party from the base, from the polling station, from the electoral area to constituency, everywhere, so that the CPP will have the grounds or the foundation on the grounds to become a stronger political party in this country. And they do not want that to happen. So they did all they could to take away the one woman who wants to see to the reorganization of the party so that they can sell the party as usually they want to do. Thanks be to the spirit of Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, it did not happen. As it is said in our local language.
Steve-o.
Yes, it did
so
not happen.
We are trying to stay on track on the matter.
Yeah.
So Ted, after the letter was presented, what was the response of the meeting, like the members at the meeting?
You see, the letter, the agenda for the NEC didn't include the motion to expel or oust out the chair and leader.
As the agenda presented.
The agenda for the NEC meeting.
There was no such an item on the agenda.
And a motion to take out the chair and leader alone can demand for a NEC meeting.
Alone, that it will be an agenda.
It's a whole agenda that requires NEC meeting. So you can't just hide such an agenda
and bring it to any other matters.
So, for the NEC, for you to bring an agenda or a motion before NEC, which hasn't gone through the due process, it means everything from the onset wasn't right. And one thing that we should also know is that this issue or this orchestrated agenda to take out the chair and leader didn't start from just yesterday or few days to the NEC. It's something that has started 2 years ago, when the chair and leader, Obapa, the good mother, said, well, we've been in power for 2 years. It is time, I think we all national executives have to step down and let's reorganize the party. Because that is what the Constitution said. That after any general election, 2 years after the national general elections, the party has to start its reorganization and make sure we elect our flag bearer 2 years to election. So the chair and leader saw it prudent. Now why don't we go by the Constitution and make sure that things are done right, so that at least Ghanaians will see that CPP is serious. Okay, so as we said, per what the chair and leader wanted to start was the right thing, which has to be done. Reorganization. And the other executives, who are 8, said no, they haven't served their full term, so they can't let go for the reorganization.
Yes, that's right.
And
So
that
to
is
be clear about that, not to cut you, but how long have they been in office?
Then they had served for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. But the chair leader said they should all sacrifice and start with the reorganization. So when the reorganization was to start, then it means they would have served for only two years in their term. But the constitution mandated them to serve for 4 years.
For 4 years.
Yes.
Okay. And what does the reorganization entail?
The reorganization, since 1992, that we started with the CP before getting the CPP. CPP hasn't had a proper reorganization. When we talk of reorganization, it has to do with organizing the polling station, having your polling station executives.
That's
electoral
to expand it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's to get 17-member executives
Exactly.
at the polling station, 17-member executives at the electoral area, which out of these, what do you call it? Executives, we select 2 from each polling stations and 5 from the electoral area to do the constituency elections, of which the constituency will also equally going to do the regional elections, and then the regional to the national, then the national to the flag bearer. So that is the process. And over the years, as my brother said, it has not been done. It has not been organized. So it is time to do this organization so the party will be strong at the base. That's at the polling station.
I see.
And all what we've been doing for the years passed by was just handpicking. And a friend of mine.
Please come again. What do you mean handpicking?
Handpicking.
I pick you
Like
as you are watching me.
As you're watching me,
When
we call you. Come and be our constituency secretary. Come and be a constituency organizer. You be our constituency youth organizer. Then we group them to elect our regional, national, and flag bearer. That is what has been going on all these years.
You mean
Yes.
the Convention People's Party will just call people,
Exactly.
come and take that position, come and take that position?
It was on only
okay, let me ask, is that constitutional? Is that what
No,
the
no,
constitution?
no.
It is not. But the fact is that let's take off this. The Convention People's Party will call people to be executives. A few people who are in power or in positions as the regional chairman and the rest, like the Eastern Regional Chairman, one of the bogus chairman I've ever seen, will elect or select people without passing through the due process of voting to be elected. We just handpick them. Kokumensa, Vivian, become the women organizer. You take charge of the secretary. You take charge of that. Let's go. Finished. At the constituency level. So you see, there is nothing like executives at the polling station and the electoral area. We just pick people for the constituency and that's it.
So there's nothing like an election?
Yes.
No.
So credibility. Now, the danger of that is that the person have not suffered to be in that position. So he has no business organizing the party.
You see, even if you say he hasn't suffered, he or she hasn't suffered, it's an understatement. We rented people to be our executives at the polling station.
In the past.
And you know what I mean by renting. It will expire. So as we speak, we've been through all the 16 regions.
Please, shots fired. You rented people.
Exactly.
How
we
do you
rented
rent
people. That's the handpicking. Some people we even handpicked to be executives of CPP were already members of NDC and NPP.
Executive members.
Executive members. And you go to a constituency and and a supposed CPP constituency executive member will tell you, me, I was only called to come and vote. I'm done with my work. So don't come and disturb me. You see, how can you organize a party in that manner?
Have you had the opportunity to engage some of these people?
Yes, we've been through the whole country. We've moved around the whole country. We've been through constituency to constituency, and these are the experiences we are having. We are not just telling you because we want you to hear. We're telling you what we have experienced, practicals on the grounds. is what we're discussing with you. Now, one other disturbing thing that I want to talk about right now is that there's a particular component in the Convention People's Party, in the leadership of the Convention People's Party, who has vowed to destroy the CPP. Now, this man has been a general secretary before.
I'm really curious.
Yes.
Do you want to mention
He has been a 2 times flag bearer. Okay.
Okay.
And in his time as a flag bearer, our votes was, when he took over, our votes were 100,000. Now it dropped to 60,000.
25.
And now they dropped to 25.
Yes.
And then from 25 to 12,000.
Whoa.
Yes. And this very personality wants to do the evil he has been doing all the time to come again as a flag bearer. Now the 12,000 will come to 2,000 or even 500 votes.
Even this time, it is purportedly going around that some strong winds are pulling that CPP should not field a presidential candidate for 2024. That is why people are fighting here and there to take out the chair and leader
who is eager to
fix the party. What happened at the NEC is a redemption for CPP. What happened at the NEC?
It's a redemption because
it's
it's not even completed. Because
the evil doers in the CPP party has resigned, and that was because Searching for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's spirit came to work to get the party on its foot, to get out those that were doing business with the party. And this is a warning to all of them. If you are listening to me, listen attentively. If you try anything nasty next time, Kwame Nkrumah will not just remove you, he will bedridden you. So you are warned. Allow the CPP to grow as it has started growing. So you are warned. Allow the CPP to grow as it has started growing right now. Because yesterday we were at a Pejat in the eastern region, in a community called Tema, and we had more than 200 people who want to join the party. We spoke to all of them. We went there. It was an amazing scene. Look, allow the people to come to where they belong. Let them come to the originality of Ghana. CPP is Ghana, and Ghana is CPP. If you try again.
Okay, so let's not get.
If I say redemption, CPP has been healed.
Absolutely.
CPP has been healed.
Youth organizer is gone.
Is it
organizer?
Yeah, I was about to ask which positions resigned.
Women organizer gone.
The
general secretary gone.
With the general secretary,
were they coerced into resigning?
No. Well, you see, there's a story in the Bible that there was a man called Mordecai who mounted a stick that was meant for.
No, Haman mounted it for Mordecai.
Sorry, Haman mounted a stick for Mordecai
to be hanged on
and killed.
He did it in the morning.
By evening, Haman was on the stick.
Hey!
That was what happened at the NEC.
Shots fired.
They mounted the stick to hang the chair leader on it.
And later they resigned themselves.
And when the day was ending, they were rather on the stick.
That is what happened.
You see?